Hey guys, so far this has been pretty cool, right? What you can do in half an hour. You can go to Namish, look up some keywords, highlight a bunch of domains, paste them into Excel, clean the list up, copy that, paste to a text file to kill the formatting, copy that, paste it into the GoDaddy bulk search, and go ahead and pick those domains up. Buying them with your default buyer profile, right? It'll naturally happen because that's your default profile. And then what? And then we go back to the Excel file, add in a column for cPanel username, add in another one for password, maybe play a bit with those two columns for randomness if we want. Then what do? We came here and we actually filled out the sample, killed this switch, and we pasted in our data, processed it, and we created cPanels, right? We created like 100 cPanels in how many seconds? It was like less than a minute, right? Really. Then what do? We went to my website list so that we could do the whole batch upload thing, downloaded the sample, filled the stuff in, pasted it, processed, and boom, now we've got all this here. We can install to these websites. Coolest thing right now is this. Those websites are empty. If I were to go to one of them, just Control C and just go take a look at what's there, the answer is nothing's there. Okay, it is empty. How long do you think that's going to last? Not long at all, right? So if I were to do an installation manually, let me go ahead and do that right now for this particular website, this 24-hour garage door repair, just so you can see it again. I know we covered it once earlier. Let's review to make sure it really sticks. So we could individually install like to one, or we could batch install like to all of them at once. Okay, so we're going to do individual for this first one. Okay, I am going to select that first website. That's where I'm going to put everything. And it figured out who that was. And it said, yeah, that's a top level domain, right? Or an add-on domain you could select from here to install to. Okay, I'm just going to leave it on that. I don't want this to go on a subdomain. Okay, now what? Database name. I'm just going to hit randomize, Okay, do you see what we did, by the way? Do you see how fast this is moving? Leave the database path alone. Then upload type is repository. And again, just click this. Zip file comes at the top. SQL file below it. Okay, always. Panel, password, security key. May as well make them something I want. Right? Bob Jenkins 789. Whatever you think would be a good security key and password, right? And that's going to be for Bob Jenkins. So whatever his email address is. Okay, I'm going to leave this at connection.php. I don't need to do anything here. That was it. Do you have any questions with anything we did on this page? Is anything about that hard? Let me do it again because it is that easy. Individual. Where are you going to put the website? Okay. Is it going to be on an add-on domain or the main domain? Main domain. Going on a subdomain? No. Randomize. Repository. Go get your zip file. Then get your SQL file. And then forget about that. Oh yeah, we're going to make that what we want. What I say, Bob Jenkins 789 might be a pretty good password. So that's for the security key, right? For auto logging in. And then the password. I'm going to make them the same for this guy so I just know that. You don't have to. You could have the security key be anything else. Like something even for you. You could call it initial, just so you know that key equals initial during setup, right? Anything you want to do with your websites or for your clients, hey, that's the whole point. Now, who needs to be able to get into this thing? That's for the forgot password feature. Okay, and that's it. Nothing else needs to be touched. It really was that simple. So let's go ahead and just submit it. And it's going to say, are you sure? I'm going to be like, yeah. It's going to say, are you sure you want to install to the root of the website because you did not select a database or a cPanel? I'm sorry, subdomain, right? Can you believe that? How long did it take to do everything necessary? Look at this. Whole thing is done, right? Now, granted, it's got these images in play right now, because that's the way the default was set up. If you went to your website and you made the adjustments and you set it up with the garage door repair images first and your garage door repair keyword information first, and then you download that to your panel. Remember how we did that with the Create Portable panel? Then when I had to install that, then it would be using that information, right? That's what I would be cloning, okay? But now that it's there, what do we know about it? /administrator. And you can log in. You can log in with admin and with, what do we say? Bob Jenkins 789, didn't we? Can you believe it? It's done. That was it. That's all it took, right? Now, see how the security key is initial? So I could go to any one of these pages very directly without even logging in, right? It's like varshi.php. What are the variables? var.php. What if I wanted to log in there right away? Well, I know the security key is initial until I hit this button to change it. So let me just sign out and remind you how easy that is. So like Control V. Oh, that's the whole link, right? Watch. Control V. And if I want to go directly to that PHP page, right? Like var.php or any other page in the panel works the same way. I get to the end, something.php ? Key equals, what is the key? Initial, right? Click. There I am. Right here, right now, on that variables page, logged in. I can go ahead and make any adjustments I want to make. Change, update. And there you have it, right? Now that was not hard. Not hard. I can sign out. And if I want to change the key at any time so that it's not this anymore, just hit generate key. There you go. Now you would have to know the new key in order to be able to make that link work. The old one no longer will. Okay? That's perfect. Talk about sensible security. Okay? So you could give the guy the direct link to log in with the key, or you could just tell the guy how to log in through the regular login panel. Or don't even tell him how to log in at all. Maybe it's just you maintaining control of the guy's website for him. You're just running it to him, but he's got to come to you for changes to the site. So look at all the work it did do. It created the subdomain, which just in this case happens to be no subdomain created, but it's saying yes to say that there wasn't a problem. It uploaded the website, extracted the website, created the database user with the password, and attached it to that database with full permissions. That's what authorization is all about. Then what? Then it uploaded the SQL file that we have, our .SQL file, into the database. Then it executed it and made any changes, which happens to be no changes. And then it created that connection file, connection.php, to attach the front end of the website to the database. And then nothing here had to happen. So you know what? It did all of that very quickly, didn't it? Like less than a minute, and no real thought went into it. All you had to do was that, this, right? This is really how easy installing a website should be for anyone. And then just figure it out. Initial. Or whatever you wanted it to be. And that's Bob Jenkins, 789. And it goes to some guy named Bob. And submit. That's really how easy it should be. So like 2 minutes to install a website, right? To fill out the forms a minute, to wait for it a minute. How's that? Now, let's talk about bulk installation, right? Because that's even cooler. Okay, takes a little bit more effort to figure out bulk installation. There's a little bit more you need to know, but the fact that you don't have to sit here at the computer to install each website one at a time, you can have it install 100 websites for you while you take off and go eat lunch or whatever, and all those installations will follow your rules for the creating the login password, for creating the security keys, all of that is awesome because you can handle it automatically. So that's going to be the next recording. We're going to literally download our sample, follow through the steps, and see how much effort it takes to create 100 websites. All right.